and Todd Baxley. Last group, Ulysses White, Kevin Gabbard, Eric.
Escape to a place where inspiration and fun are the vibe. A city where possibilities for adventure are never far away, where tradition and tomorrow pair perfectly, where hospitality is served up at every turn with an unexpected twist on the urban South. Escape to Columbia, the heart of South Carolina. See how easy it is to make your plan now.
Gangway.
Back 2023 Ultimate Long Drive World Championship from Partee Golf Center in Columbia, South Carolina. We're brought to you by Experience Columbia, South Carolina, and Columbia, South Carolina Sports. It's been an awesome day. We've done the 70s, the 65, 60s. We're on the 55s right now. Brian, Stefan, take us away, buddy.
All right, thanks, Jeff. All right, gentlemen, you got 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. This is the first of 3 seeding rounds. I'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours. Yeah, Jeff, so we have 1755 men.
That division's growing.
It is.
I'll be glad when it hits 32.
Yes, it's getting there.
Yeah. Mark Lawrence has rejoined us, the OG.
Yes.
The original champ, have his belt on display, the 2017 belt over there, which is really cool.
He did bring the original World Championship belt.
Yep.
Which is awesome that he did that.
He's been off a little bit, off a couple of years.
Yep.
Some health issues, but he's back, feeling stronger.
Yeah, it should be some good competition in this division. A lot of good hitters. They are going to battle the wind this afternoon because it's blowing a little more, but still going to be some good balls out there.
Hey, I was talking to David Mobley over there a while ago, and what he's hoping happens with this 55 amateur group is a lot of them get confident and move into the pro division because he still has 2 years to the 60.
Of course he would say that.
And Lynn Ray said, that's fantastic news because I get to go next year. I'll have 1 year without you.
Yeah, those guys have hit against each other a long time.
They sure have. Ball callers, Marty Chappell. Jeff the Critter Crittenton just walked in and sat down and started calling balls. Mama Farr, Fareen Samji. Carter's running the clock.
But the important thing about Carter running the clock is Maddie standing behind him. She'll remind him what to do.
It takes a support. Sometimes it takes a village.
Support staff. Staff, yeah.
Or a village.
All right, that's all the balls. Let's make a little bit of noise for these guys here starting us off. So while we're waiting on yardages, let's get the next group up. Chip Duncan on box 1, Terry Fulmer on box 2, Serge Kaya on box 3.
Wind's down just a little, but right straight in their face.
All right, yardages from that first set. Shannon McGinnis, 304.6. Mark Lawrence, 320.9. Dan Ferraro, 272.6.
Seeing the effects of the wind there just a little bit, Brian.
Yeah, Jeff, they're obviously these numbers are a little shorter than what the older guys were hitting because the wind's almost dead in the face right now. A little bit coming off the left, but definitely coming at them. So, all right. All right, gentlemen, grid's clear. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. We have 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours.
Notice the address in box 2, box 3.
Oh, of Surge, the way he turns his club head over, yeah. Almost looks like he's hitting a left-handed driver when he comes up to address and he's holding it upside down.
Yeah, he's fixing something there.
Yep.
And he spins it.
Yeah, he does.
It's always interesting to watch these guys and their habits. If you've never thought about trying your hand at this sport, you should. You can do it from 7 and under to 75 plus, regardless of abilities.
Yes, we heard that from all of the older champions. Just come out and have fun. Just come out and do it. Yeah.
You can compete for money or points, whatever you want to do. You can go back and forth. We don't care. The rule that you couldn't make over $750 to protect your amateur status in the USGA, although some people haven't figured it out, is no longer in effect. The USGA kicked that to the curb January 1st, 2022, so it doesn't really matter.
Does not.
How much money you make, regardless of what anybody tells you, to the USG, because they don't care.
Right.
So we crafted our system to allow these guys to dip their toe.
Absolutely. All right, make a little bit of noise for these 3 gentlemen. All right, while we're waiting on the yardages, give me Stuart Poit on box 1, Scott Kennedy on box 2, and Michael O'Reilly on box 3.
That's Stuart Poit to you. Love to see Scott show up in those Canadian breeches, you know. All those Canadians are sporting some nice apparel here. Canadian merch sales are doing good, apparently. Michael O'Reilly in those specially designed long drive athletic boots, hitting it out of box 3. Look at that, folks. If you want to get faster in this sport, that's probably not what you want to do. Hey, but he likes it. I'm just glad he's not wearing his kilt in this wind. Critter.
Yardages from that set. For Chip, 287.4. For Terry, 244.1. And for Serge, 299.2.
It's a good ball with Serge there. In that wind, you know.
All right, gentlemen, looks like our grid workers are ready and in place. You get 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours. Yeah, Jeff, you were talking before I was announcing the hitters. Those are some serious pants.
Yeah,
I like them that Scott's wearing. He's also got the old-time bowler cap. It looks like Big D out there.
Yeah, Big D. He's got on a Big D hat. Glad to have Stuart Point back.
Yeah, another guy that was dealing with some injury
Yep.
situation last year. Showed up for the first time at the East Coast Classic back in August.
Yeah.
And worked his way in, qualified.
Hurt himself in that event too.
Yeah.
He's been rehabbing since that event.
Yep. Swing looks good.
Yeah, it does. Looks good.
Yeah,
He's sneaky long.
he is. Nothing about his swing or what he does that would make you think that he's
a long
long,
guy.
but he is.
Yeah, he is.
But he is.
Is Todd Baxley in this division? That's cool.
Another guy that's back
Yeah.
after being gone a couple years.
Glad to have Todd back in the swing, man.
Yep,
That's great.
absolutely. Some OGs coming back. I like
OGs
it.
are coming
I
back,
like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Todd's another one of those guys, man. He just
All right, little noise for these guys in that set there. All right, while we're waiting on those yardages, I need Robert Desbiens, Akira Kamori, Lynn Ray, and Todd Baxley. So I need Robert in box 1, Akira in box 2, Lynn in box 3, and Todd in box 4. Yardages from that set. Stewart at 317.3. Scott at 297.7. And Michael at 288.
these guys are competing for a belt, Brian.
They are. All right, gentlemen, it looks like the grid is ready. You get 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours. So, Jeff, now feels like the wind might be a little more left to right than straight at.
Yeah. If you look at the country flags, you can tell more about it than the grid flags.
Yep.
At least at that elevation.
Correct.
It's been going back and forth, coming a little bit more direct and thankfully not as strong.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the tee box is slightly elevated from the grid, and then the top of the bleachers are even higher, so you really see the wind up there. That's a good gauge if you look at the country flags that are circling the bleachers.
Todd switching drivers here for this last ball.
All right, good round there, guys. Make a little bit of noise for these four gentlemen in the men's 55 amateur division, 55 and over. While we're waiting on numbers, let's get our last group in this division up. Give me Ulysses White on box 1, Kevin Gabbard on box 2, Eric Archer on box 3, and Gary Ramirez on box 4.
Nice shirt, Elvis.
Yardages from that round. Robert, 293.4. Akira, 304.1. Lynn, OB. Todd, 304.7.
Nice. Here comes the wind again.
All right, gentlemen, looks like the grid workers are in place and ready to go. 2 minutes hit your 6 balls with a 1 minute and 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours.
I've said this before, I'm going to say it again. If Ulysses White ever connects with that same swing he swings as a practice swing, it's out of here.
Oh, yeah, he's hitting it a long, long way. And he does on occasion.
Yeah.
He doesn't leave anything behind.
Yeah. Kevin Gabbard, tee number 2, father of Kyle.
Who will be hitting Friday?
Kyle, is Kyle here?
Kyle will be hitting Friday in the Open Pro Division.
Father, son. Love it.
Yep, love the family.
At East Coast, we had 3 generations in one family hitting.
We did, and they all qualified, and we'll be hitting
That's really
later
cool.
this week.
A grandson,
Mom and Grandma.
mom, and grandma.
So the grandson will be hitting Saturday in the junior division. He's 13 or 14. And then Mom is in the 50 plus.
Yep.
And Grandma's one of the 2 in the 75 plus ladies.
It's even cooler, if that's a word, and I made it a word, that the other 2 are women in this family.
Yes. Yes. It's great. We have several family combinations.
Yes.
We have our own D-spin, Dustin Spinato, and little D-spin, Dylan. We have the Porters, Papa and KP.
And the two boys.
Oh, and the boys, so 3 generations there too, Alex and Jake.
You got Ulysses and Jen White.
Yep. Husband and wife in that one.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, there's several of them. We're probably missing some, but there are several.
O'Reilly's.
The O'Reillys. All right, good round there, guys. So now we're back to Group 1. Group 1. Shannon, Mark, and Dan. Rotate down 1 box, gentlemen, to your right. So Shannon, go to 2. Champ, go to 3. Dan, come down here to 4.
Toward the broadcast tent, Marty.
Yardages from that set. Ulysses White, OB. Kevin Gabbard, 285. Eric Archer, 265.9. Gary Ramirez, 296.
Guys in the truck are right on cue. We can say that now, Brian.
All right, gentlemen, the grid workers are in place. Now, give you 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls with a 1-minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours. So, Jeff, over in box 2, Shannon McGinnis qualified at our event we did down in Florida at Lake Jovita as part of that charity event. Then we did the league event. Then we did the qualifying event there. That put him in the lead in his points for 50 and 55. So I believe he will be hitting again tomorrow as well.
Very cool.
Super pumped about that because he missed out last year.
Yep.
So he worked hard and came back. So it's good to see that.
It sure is. Got several comebacks this year, comeback stories. Mark Lawrence, T-box number 3.
1 minute.
Been off with some health issues, back.
Yeah, earlier today, Doug Downey from Canada.
Yep.
You know, he's been out for a couple of years. So it's good to see him back.
Miss Pat Johnson, hand injury, hand surgery.
Yeah.
Didn't feel like he was quite healed enough to get in here and compete.
Yeah, I talked to him before. I miss Granddad.
Yeah.
Miss him.
Yep.
He'll come back. He'll be strong when he comes back. And if he's watching, you know he's sitting there sipping on a scotch.
He is.
Absolutely. Cooking some of that elk steak.
Elk gravy. And
Oh,
biscuits.
God.
Oh, my
That's
God,
so
man.
good.
That dude, hey, if that dude cooked for us every day, I'd be big as you in no time.
I'd be bigger than me in no time. All right, guys, good round there. All right, group 2 back up here. Chip on slot 2. Terry on slot 3. Serge on slot 4.
Where's that support group?
Yardages from that set. Shannon, 278.9. Mark, 300.7. Dan, 264.2.
Good set.
All right, gentlemen, 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. Give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours.
Manny takes a cut.
All the balls are away. Make a little bit of noise for these 3 gentlemen here in their second set of the seating round here in the men's 55 and over amateur division. While we're waiting on the numbers, Stewart, box 2. Scott, box 3. Mr. O'Reilly, box 4.
You called him Mr. O'Reilly.
Yardages from that set. Chip, 298.1. Terry, 262.8. Serge, 314.5. All right, gentlemen. Grid's ready. 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. I'll give you a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours. I like how that song's been playing for a bit. And you waited till he got on a tee to say something. He's left-handed now. I know. I know. I feel like you've never been to a library. So, Jeff, as we were just talking about Stewart in his first set up here about he doesn't look like he hits it as long as he does, he's got the second longest so far. Yeah. It's just so smooth. It's a good swing.
Yeah, it's really smooth. It's long.
It doesn't,
a really long
it
swing.
just doesn't look like a long driver swing.
Yep.
It's just a nice, big, long arc.
Yep.
He gets speed through it.
Yep, absolutely.
All the balls are on the grid. Make some noise for these three gentlemen. And their second seating round here in the men's 55 amateur. All right, let's bring the next group up. Robert, go to slot 2. Akira, slot 3. Lynn, slot 4. Todd, circle around and go to slot 1.
He said Mr.
That's 2 misters.
It's such an honor and a privilege to have Mama Farr, Miss Farr Samsey, out here calling balls for us again.
By the way, she's a world champion from last year. Yardages from that set. Stewart, 290.5. Scott, 289.1. And Michael, 280.2.
Several world championships sitting over there because you got Critter with, I don't know how many he's got. Farr's got about 11. No, I don't know. She's got 5 or 6, I think.
All right, gentlemen, grid's ready. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. We'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours. So, yeah, Jeff, not only does Farr have, 6 or 7 championships, Critter's got 3 or 4, I think, now. And then you got Lynn hitting here in slot 4, who's got championships and 17 Guinness World Records for golf stuff or whatever. It's a lot of hardware on the tee box right now.
Captain Crush.
Captain Crush.
Yep. So I got to tell you this, Brian. I was down on the practice range earlier today carrying the OG belt, the 2017 belt that Mark Lawrence won. And I was showing it to our friends from Japan, and there's a language barrier between us. They thought I won it. Did I change their mind?
Of course you did not.
They wanted their picture taken. with me
and
in that belt.
and you obliged them, I'm sure.
Sure.
Of
Why
course
not?
you did.
Why not?
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
I mean, the only time we get to touch them is when we take them out of the bags and hand it
That's
to them.
it.
So KP's competing in a belt division tomorrow. So he's been giving the trophies and the belts to people. If he wins, does he give it to himself?
Let's just leave that out there.
Do we
Let him
do we
wonder.
make him give it to himself?
let him stand up there and wonder, like, who's going to give me my belt, right? He could be the guy. We found another 2 miles an hour last night.
We did. That's right.
Gave it his personal best. Got him up there. He's getting better.
Yep.
He's getting faster.
Battling that knee problem. He's having surgery
Yep.
in a couple of weeks.
I told him I thought that was pretty good. He worked all day out here yesterday and
Yeah, that was his warm-up.
then put in a practice round there. We worked on a couple things, and he picked up some time. Picked up a couple miles an hour.
Yeah. I think all the work we put out here setting everything up was his warm-up time.
I think it was.
So he was ready to go by the time he started practicing. All right, Jay, put me back. All right, good round there, boys. Let's make some noise as they're wrapping up round 2. While we're getting the numbers, let's bring up our last group to complete round 2. Ulysses, go to box 2. Kevin, go to 3. Eric, come down here to 4. Gary, wrap around, go up to number 1.
Jim Kelly will be with us Friday and Saturday and Sunday for the commentary. As we said earlier, coming to us from the People's Republic of California.
Yardages from that group. Robert, 294.3. Akira, 307.9. Lynn, 286.8. And Todd, OB set.
Hey, no.
Give us a second to get the grid workers back in place, gentlemen.
That's what they say.
All right, gentlemen. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. We'll give you a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours.
So for all of you people that do and those of you who don't, you know, there was what was said to be a giant conspiracy theory that there would be a pause for an EBS alert from the U.S. government at some point. And I won't get into all the other conspiracies that go with that. We all laughed about it for a while, but it's made its rounds, and it seems like it's official that that's supposed to happen at 2:20 today. So if any of that BS is true, our show might be interrupted.
What am I supposed to be announcing at 2:20?
They're not announcing anything. They're supposed to be an EBS
Oh,
alert.
I thought I had to do something at 2:20.
No.
Run. Okay. I just thought maybe I forgot something on the schedule. I needed to do something at 2:20.
Hey.
What happens if it's me that drops the mic and just starts wandering around?
That's probably going to happen. You'll be here by yourself.
All right. Well, D, I always figured if I ever saw you running, I should start running in the same direction, buddy. That's right. Me neither, buddy. I see you running. I'm just following you. And then I'm going to trip you to make sure I get out ahead of you. I don't got to outrun the bear. I just got to outrun you.
Gary Ramirez, Ulysses White, Kevin Gabbard, and Eric Archer finishing up the round here.
Yeah, wind has picked up again. All right, all the balls are away. Give it up for these gentlemen right here.
It's happening. There is an emergency broadcast system alert happening right now. It is happening. National alert. This is a test of the National Wireless Emergency Alert System. The purpose is to maintain and improve alert and warning capabilities at the federal, state, local, tribal, and territorial levels, and to elevate the nation's public alert system alert and warning capabilities. No action is required by the public.
Too many Canadians in South Carolina, that's the alert.
The EBS alert, it just happened, man.
Yeah, it's a national. They're doing a 292.7. They're doing a national alert. They said because apparently they're pushing stuff through the cell phone towers and it's bad for you.
291.9.
Heard about it.
Yeah, I did too. But people sent me stuff today.
Everybody's still upright.
But it said turn your phone. That's what it said during that time.
Huh? Yeah, we're still streaming, I think.
All right. So that was a bunch about nothing. Sorry for that, guys. We were out of control there.
So at least part of that conspiracy theory was BS.
All right. Before we start round 3, just a reminder, the longest 8 hitters are moving on to the elimination rounds. And as of right now, sitting on the bubble at 297.7 is Mr. Scott Kennedy. So let's get the first group back up here. Shannon, come to 3. Mark, come to 4. Dan, go up to 1.
Is Otis filming you? Really? He's doing it. He is focused on Brian. I think he is. And he can sing.
All right, gentlemen. It's the last seeding round. 2 minutes hit your 6 balls. We give a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours.
That's what friends are for.
Hey, sir, are you coaching? Oh, you're just a fan? Got it.
All right, all the balls are on the grid. Make some noise for these guys right here. Starting off our third seating round here in the men's 55 and over amateur division.
Brian, I feel some coolness in that wind.
I like it. Feels great.
Feels good on my sunburned neck from yesterday.
All right, while we're waiting on numbers, let's get the next three up here. Chip, come to 3. Terry, come to 4. Serge, go around to 1.
Where'd you last time? Yeah, you're 3. Yeah, right here. Slot 1, 278.6. Thank you, sir.
I want that shirt.
Yardages from that set. Shannon, 290.7. Mark, 308.3. Dan, 278.6. All right, gentlemen, grid is clear. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. Give me 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours. Oh, we're getting a switch out here in the broadcast booth.
Welcome.
KP in the house.
We're here.
Yeah, we are.
Been over there doing some work.
Well, that's why you get the big bucks.
That's what I was working
That's
on. Getting our pro hitters paid out on the day they compete.
that's how we roll here at ULD.
So yeah, over there finalizing payments from the earlier pro divisions. Our fossil pros. Hey, I just got hit with a tee.
That's like the 3rd time I've been hit.
Oh, I bet you got getting peppered. That thing blew by me.
Yeah.
So, all right. So where are we at here? 55s.
This is the second group in the 3rd seating round
Okay.
of the 55 amateurs. There's 17. We're cutting it down to 8.
Yeah. Good deal. Yeah, I actually have a few hitters in this group here as a coach.
.297.7 is the bubble number,
All right.
which is pretty good in these conditions.
Yeah, I mean that wind has turned just hard.
Sure has. Sure has.
Looks like it blew the full swings around, and they're not in use.
That's some serious wind.
It just hurt people's feelings looking at those numbers at this point.
Nobody
Anyway,
wants to see them anyway.
just wait till we call them out. So we're back on the 2-minute clock for these guys, and that is the time.
All right, all the balls are away. Give it up for these guys. Trying to get to the top 8.
We've been dealing with some technical difficulties with the music and stuff.
All right, let's get the next hitting group up here while we're waiting on the yardages. Stewart, box 3. Scott, box 4. Mike, box 1.
Love that shot there from the
I
stands.
know, that's a great shot.
BleacherRentals.com for the save. Delivered them late last night.
I could have saved a lot of money on the night watchman if I'd known they weren't coming.
Yeah, right? No, I said the same thing last night. I was like, well, if I'd have known I was going to be here till midnight, I'd just probably stayed.
The good thing about the production truck that we're working on, it's got 2 beds in it.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Yardages from that set.
just occurred to me.
Chip, 279.4. Terry, OB. Surge, 296.4.
Lots of guys right on the bubble.
Yeah, this is a really competitive division.
Yeah.
It really is.
Wind is the great equalizer, too.
It sure is, yeah.
Guys trying to fight through that stuff. So we talked about it a little bit earlier, you know, on picking a flight path and trying to stick with it.
I think Mobley was over there campaigning to get some of them to switch to pro.
Yeah. Trying to recoup his cost for coming up.
All right, gentlemen. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. We'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours.
Stewart swinging good, too.
Yeah, he is.
That looks really good.
You know, he injured his wrist at the East Coast.
Yeah.
He had been injured.
Right.
Came back, hurt himself again, but here he is. Brian and I were talking about his swing. We're talking about box 3 here, Stuart Poit, or Poit, as we tell him sometimes. He's got one of those swings that just doesn't, it's really smooth. It doesn't look like it's all that fast, but it is.
No, he puts up some good numbers.
And he's got, really good tempo, and he's very consistent.
Yeah, as much as I don't like that Patterson shaft myself, he gets it through pretty well.
Yep.
I feel like he'd hit the cherry or the violin a lot better anyway. But
I'm sure he would.
yeah, we were just going over some possible club changes to Shark Attack Golf from our 75 female that'll be competing Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she was asking about clubs, what to go into. I was like, yeah, we'll get you in
What are you thinking about putting together for her?
So I think Cherry Griffin,
Cherry Griffin combo, what length?
So that's, I got to kind of measure her up there, see what she's been swinging. 'Cause I don't know that I'd want to go any longer, trying to keep her comfortable there.
I think that's the main thing. She'll gain with that Cherry Griffin combo.
Yeah.
At her normal length.
Everybody does. I feel like I might just hand her Alex's club. That might be the ticket. I got a Cherry Goldie at 8.5 degrees. There's only a few of us on the planet that were fortunate enough to get the gamer Goldies. So
I wasn't one of them.
All right, all the balls are away. Make some noise. This gentleman trying to get to the top 8.
So I've been talking about this through this whole series. Has O'Reilly ever told you what the story is with the boots?
All right, let's get the
No.
next group up here. Robert
that one I've never
on
gotten
box
out of.
3.
It's
Akira,
not-
box 4. Lynn, box 1. Todd, box 2.
It's not supposed to make sense.
Yeah, no.
It doesn't have to.
100%. I'm more curious that he's not wearing the kilt. I guess we're saving that for tomorrow night.
So I made a statement earlier that I was really glad that he didn't have the kilt on last round he was hitting because it was about 25-mile-an-hour wind.
Yeah.
Would have blown his skirt up, I'm sure.
And with him being a lefty, from our position
Yeah,
here,
yeah.
you're going to catch a lot of
I
stuff
would
you don't
not
want to
have
see.
cared near as much if he'd been, if we'd been on the other side.
Yeah.
Or whatever,
Well, I mean, depending on which thumb you want.
8.8. Thank you, sir.
Yardages in that said Stewart, 295.6. Scott, 270.7. Michael, 288.8.
Legs are definitely starting to feel it already. It's amazing. I'm currently at 11,000 steps between this tent and that tent.
All right, gentlemen. 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning.
I got to do that math.
As of now,
Right.
that grid is yours.
That's 45 feet. That's 48 feet. It's about 50 feet, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
I've decided I'm not going to look at mine till the end of the day.
Yeah. Well, I said
I just know it's a lot.
last year, I tried to help you out a little bit this year.
I know.
There's an error in your calculation. You said 11,000 steps?
Yeah.
You had to go further than the 10 because that's 104 miles.
Well, I mean, no, that's not 104 miles.
Just kidding.
It's
It's 50 feet. Oh, it's 50 feet over there, which is about 15 steps or 16 steps from you. Okay, let's do 18.
Yeah, but the later in the day, it's going to be like 20 steps or 22 steps.
yeah. So I know last year at Worlds, which was 4 days.
We walked.
7.5 miles you walked across the grid today.
No, that can't
That
be
can't
right.
be right either.
That's 11,000 steps.
No, that should be close to 5 miles, 6 miles, right?
Yeah.
Is my math just that bad, or do I have a flawed calculator?
I think you,
No, your math is
so,
bad.
it's maybe a little bit of both.
Yeah,
You're using that Tennessee hillbilly math. It just doesn't work.
I run out of toes.
You run
What
out
am I
of
supposed
toes,
to
yeah.
If it was uphill both ways, then definitely did it there.
do? In the snow.
So I did 28 miles in Bradenton
Oh, yeah?
across the 4 days.
Oh, we're breaking that this week for sure.
I don't know. Bradenton was pretty hectic.
Yeah, I mean, I
And it was a wider tee box.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, so it was about 7 miles a day. I feel like I'm kind of on that pace again, but we got 5 days to do it this time. I didn't even look at yesterday because, I mean, we walked 800 yards last night at 11 o'clock just for something to do.
I thought we were looking for your.
Yeah, we were looking
Personal-
for my go-ahead. Tell everybody in the world.
Nope.
We were,
Nope.
I
Yeah, we were looking for your credit card.
Looking for your credit card, which I found this morning.
Yes.
Before daylight.
yeah. which-
All right, gentlemen. Good round there.
Lots of good hitters out of Canada.
Man, I tell you, they brought them.
That was fun, this year going up there for the Canadian National
All right, let's get our
Championship.
last group up here while we're waiting on the yardages. Ulysses, box 3. Kevin, box 4. Eric, box 1. Gary, box 2.
Yeah. Guys,
Yeah, so we were up
Alberta?
there earlier for the Kevin Blankhorn Memorial and first annual thing there, and yeah, but just there's so many good hitters out of Canada.
yeah.
They're
And that's a long way for people to go. It's so good to have that event over there on that side.
Yeah.
Big plus on that.
Yep.
Good venue. All good, man.
I mean Edmonton was awesome. The people out there were awesome. I mean it's really good grid out there too, and that's just going to keep getting better. That's the first year mowing the grass and everything there, so that'll get better over the years. No, Mama Farr out there does really well putting Team Canada together, and
Yep.
great partner to have up north.
She really is, man. She came on board early, She got involved right after the first event and first World Championship. Started putting that together. She brings a crowd of folks down here with her, man. That's great.
Yep.
Yardages from that group. Robert, 299. Akira, 315. Lynn, 284.4. And Todd, OB. All right, gentlemen. 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. Be 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours.
All right. All right, so a little insight on my man Ulysses there. He has struggled right over the last year or two, hitting nothing but heel shots.
Yeah.
Right? One of the most consistent people I've ever seen hit the heel of the golf club every single time. So we've been working, doing all kinds of stuff. He missed every ball in the first 2 sets on the toe. So that's exactly where we want to be. So he moved over, he did a little work on the range, he came and showed me the club, and he moved everything over just a little bit. So see if he can put it together here in crunch time on the box, because he's got the horsepower to get up there in the top 8.
I told Brian that when he connects with that warm-up swing is,
Yeah.
he sometimes slows down in competition. It's out of here, man.
Yeah.
He's got the power. He's
Yeah.
got the speed.
So, gentlemen, update. We're currently sitting at a tie for the 8th spot
Yeah?
between Chip Duncan and Scott Kennedy. Chip's at 298.1 and Scott's at 297.7. So they're within a yard according to our rules. So if nothing changes here, those two will have to come back up and hit off to see who gets the 8th spot.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Come on, you. Look like he's quite finishing those. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just seen him. He's been just monster balls. But still, oh, he tried to go after that one.
He did. Yeah.
That was all or nothing. You know, I mean, he's still relatively new to the sport.
Yeah.
I mean, you know,
He's
really
dedicated, man.
in the second year or so there.
All the balls are away. Make some noise for these 4 guys. Wrapping up our seeding rounds here in the men's 55 and over amateur division. As a reminder, the top 8 will be moving on right away to the elimination rounds.
So did he decide he wanted to play long drive and Jen backed him, or did Jen decide she wanted to play long drive and he backed her?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It was the latter.
Okay.
It was like Jen super wanted to do this, right?
Wow.
And he was really just coming along to support,
Yeah.
and you know, got into it as well. And then
She's one of the most improved players I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, from where she started to where she is now.
yeah, you talk about one of the hardest working people. You know, just absolutely fighting height, right? She's so tiny, but I mean, absolutely moves it.
Yeah, it's incredible what you guys have been able to do. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's,
We've maximized about everything we can out of her for the most part until we get her taller.
so you guys will get to see her here tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Sunday.
No, Sunday.
Sunday's Ladies' Day.
All adult ladies on Sunday.
Yep.
Forgot. Yep.
Even though she's the same size as the one sitting on Saturday.
True.
We could put her in the kids division there.
Probably could.
But if you'd like to come out and see her, you can go to the end tent there, the ULD merch, official ULD merch.
She's running that tent, working at that as hard as she does everything else.
Yeah, so she has handmade every one of those things over there. Got hoodies and t-shirts, hats, tumblers, everything you want there. There's golf towels, and get your ULD official gear over there.
It looks good, man.
I haven't seen if she's got her tea caddies out there for sale.
Yardages from that set. Ulysses, 294.8. Kevin, 284.3. Eric, OB, Gary, 291.
So close. Just a few yards short.
So, before we can move on to the top 8, we have a tie for 8th place. I need Chip Duncan and Scott Kennedy to the tee box. Chip Duncan and Scott Kennedy to the tee box for a hit off.
6-ball hit
Chip
off.
at 298.1, Scott at 297.7. By rule, they're within a yard. That is a tie. We have to have a hit off.
What was your number?
I was 88.
Swing looked good though.
Yeah, I just realized I forgot to pause at the top, which cost me a few yards.
It sounds like a lot of thinking.
You want to hop in?
You want? I'll get up.
If you want to take a break, that's fine too.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce you to Mr. Michael O'Reilly. He's the one who I was talking about his athletic long drive boots when he was on the tee. So now you're going to get to hear some of his smart-ass commentary. He's very good at that. So I'm going to turn you over to Michael O'Reilly and Kevin Porter.
Okay. Cool. Welcome, sir.
What's going on? God, we are a good-looking pair on TV.
So this could even maybe be a little prelude to the new Smash Factor show.
Oh, I'm all over that.
So, how'd it feel out there? You stepped up into some tough wind
It's
conditions.
very windy, and I hit a really low-spinning ball, so I could see it just dying out there. The last set I was working on trying to keep it a little lower, get a little more spin on it. And it worked somewhat, but those guys, they're monsters.
Yeah.
Some of these guys just hit the snot out of the ball and can really carry it a good ways, and then they're getting great bounces off of that left side of the grid.
Yeah.
Everybody that's hitting over there by that left line is just going for another 30, 40 yards.
Takes off. That's definitely the firm spot there.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, guys, just before we go out to the grid, just a reminder, we've got Scott Kennedy over on slot 2, Chip Duncan here on slot 3. They are in a virtual tie for 8th plot and the last spot in the hit-off. So we are going to take them off 6 balls. Doesn't matter what they hit before, the longest of this moves on and gets that last spot.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. This is straight up head-to-head to see who gets that 8th spot. 2 minutes hit your 6 balls. I'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. Good luck to you both. As of now, that grid is yours.
All right.
Well, the lefty from Canada has the advantage with the baby draw he hits, taking it down that line and letting it run for him.
Yeah, I mean that left side's always been really super firm here.
Yeah.
And being that they haven't had rain here since I think a couple weeks ago when I was down, kind of doing a little pre-visit to the grid. So it is firm out there. That is a low bullet there off
Wow.
the berm.
I mean, I've seen balls stop shorter on asphalt than here.
That one might still be running.
Yeah.
That's the definition of keeping it out of the wind there. That was about 2 feet off the ground.
Yeah, but the Gophers were really upset about it going overhead.
Oh, there you go. I can hear a little Team Canada support there in the background.
Well, he's posing really well for it, so he must like it.
Yeah.
Now, if we could just get him to come out of his shell and wear something exciting.
Yeah. So speaking of apparel, everybody had the question about the boots. What's
Man.
the story on the boots?
They keep my ankles nice and warm so that they don't snap when I'm trying to swing so hard.
Love it.
They're golf shoes though.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got cleats and everything.
Yeah.
And they just give you a little extra support for holding your ankle as you're coming through, and it keeps it interesting. Everybody likes to talk about what I wear.
Right.
So.
Yeah. So when do we see the kilt?
All right, all the balls are away. Let's make some noise for these two guys going after there. Last spot in the top 8.
All right, as we're waiting on the yard, just fill everybody in when they get to see the kilt.
So we've got some, big mouth Canadians in my age bracket, and we got into a little discussion over the summer, and a little challenge was put out, and so Marty and I are doing a little hit off at the welcome party tomorrow night, and we decided to jazz it up a little bit. He's going to be dressed as Elvis. He did his own needlework to get a cape and everything, and he wanted a fun challenge, and so I said I'd wear my kilt, and I made some new socks for it, and I got a nice American shirt, so it'll be a little Canadian U.S. grudge match tomorrow night.
It's going to be fun. So that's going to be at Teed Up, just outside West Columbia there. So everybody come join us 7 o'clock at Teed Up. All right. Overheard the first yardage.
Oh, good grief.
Guess what, everybody? Yep.
Yardages for that set. Don't go anywhere, boys. Scott at 286.2, Chip at 286.6. Got to do it again.
Now this is ULD. Right? I mean, I think have had more hit-offs through the years of anything. I mean, it's always been amazing to see how close the competition was. There was a lot of guys right there around the bubble. A few of you just a couple yards short of
within
it.
a couple of yards.
Yeah, and then now they come up to hit for the 8 spot.
And they're hitting the same yards.
And they tie again.
And they tie it up. They're hitting the same yardage. And, of course, it's, at 2-3 in the afternoon, and the wind is 15 knots into our face.
Yeah.
So we had all the guys this morning hitting over 300, and
right.
Without thinking about it. And then as soon as lunchtime hit, it switched pretty dramatically.
All right, gentlemen. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls with a 1-minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, that grid is yours.
All right, here we go. Who's going to step up and put one outside of a yard?
I think I would have wanted to swap sides just to change my luck.
Yeah.
You've both been hitting from the same side, and maybe a change in colors would spark you a little bit.
Yeah. Or even a change of pants.
Yeah. Maybe make some shorts out of them.
There you go.
Although I can't decide whose pants are a little more out there. I mean, that white is shocking.
Kind of interesting. Looks like choking down on that.
He
trying to flight one in there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he's all the way down the end of the grip.
He's down. Yeah, he really is. Is he shutting that off too? Looks a little more abbreviated than the last round.
Mm-hmm.
1 minute.
Yeah, so we've talked earlier. I mean, it's always interesting kind of seeing what guys' kind of flight path's going to be, and what they're trying to do. A lot of times we've seen balls here where guys really can hit it over top of the wind. I mean, being at the top of this hill, a lot of that wind is really just here on the ground level, and it's not as much up top. But
and that was my plan early, was to go up over it.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked. I didn't get as much juice into it, but I got them to fall a little nicer.
Yeah.
But it was still a little windy up there.
Yeah, I mean, some of those are just hanging, and that's when the wind's definitely still going.
All right, they're
up
all
top.
away. Let's make some noise for these two guys. Still battling for that 8th spot.
So what's the over-under on we're doing it again? I feel like Team Canada's moving on after that one.
Yeah, I think we played a little too conservatively on the pink balls. So this will be for 8 spots. So we're going to do 4 and 4 with.
Grid workers are definitely further than a yard apart.
All right, yardages from that set. Chip, 274.9. Scott moving on to the 8th spot at 284.6.
Wow.
Great competition there.
Yeah.
So we have our top 8.
Yep.
4 for 2.
So now we have our top 8. Mark Lawrence, Stuart Poit, Akira Kamori, Serge Kaya, Todd Baxley, Shannon McGinnis, Robert Desbian, and Scott Kennedy. Give me a couple minutes, guys, and I'll let you know your hitting order.
This should be a good hit off. A lot of these guys flight the ball really well. Mark Lawrence was over working on getting the ball down and working on the spin, and that's how he got into the finals with his last set. Really banged it out. Same thing with Stewart. He was working on getting that ball down a little more, working on the spin. Hit a couple of good balls on the range before he came back for his last set.
Yeah, good to see Mark back out.
Yeah, he's a little more quiet than expected, but I think he's a little more nervous than he thought he would be. But he's hitting it well.
Everybody has been today. I mean, even, if you look at the great past champions, Doug Miller, all of those guys, I mean, even into their 60s and 70s now, you just could see the adrenaline, the nerves, and all that kind of stuff kind of playing into it.
Yeah, it's fun to watch these guys who've been doing it for years and years and years, still shaking over the tee to put that ball on there. It makes you feel better about your nerves,
Yeah.
It's when you get up over that and you need 2 hands to put the ball on the tee.
Right.
Your first set, it makes you feel a little more comfortable when you see these guys doing the same thing.
Yeah, I've always felt. I mean, like if that ever goes away, I feel like you're kind of done. Right?
Yeah, I mean, either you're focusing on the wrong thing,
Yeah.
or you're not, or you're overconfident.
Yeah. Adrenaline's going to kick in, and that's where I think a lot of that still is.
I think it's mostly adrenaline. I don't ever get nervous per se.
Right.
And it took me a while to figure out that it wasn't nerves, that it was just the juice of
Yes.
back in competition for
Yep.
my 2 minutes right now, and I'm just jacked.
Yep.
Somebody said something to me like my 3rd or 4th event. They said, "Oh yeah, that's not nerves, that's adrenaline." I'm like, "Oh yeah, that's exactly right." And so that just made you feel better that you weren't freaking out over
Right.
the ball,
Yeah.
that you were just jacked.
Yep.
And just kept it interesting that way. But yeah, it makes you feel better to see the same kind of
Yeah.
adrenaline running through these guys that
Yep.
have been doing it for a decade. And it just keeps it real.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keeps you related to those guys that are just killing the ball, knocking it out there.
Really starting to get hungry here. I need somebody to bring me some True Pop.
Ooh.
I could go for a popcorn snack at the moment.
I saved my popcorn, and I think somebody stole it.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I'm
we
gonna have
got-
to get another one.
We got like over 600 bags of popcorn donated from True Pop, so I'm sure there's some floating around here we can get our hands on.
All right, gentlemen. Here are the hitting groups based on your seeding for the top 8. Group 1, Box 1, Mark Lawrence. Box 2, Serge Kaya. Box 3, Todd Baxley. Box 4, Scott Kennedy. Next group will be Stuart Poit, Akira Kamori, Shannon McGinnis, and Robert Debiens.
How were they seeded? Based on
So 1 through 8, and so now when we get into these, we go 4 for 2 to try and keep it in the win conditions. So right now these 4 guys are competing against each other. to top 2 will move on. Right. So,
Yeah, so basically, Mike, what we did is 1 through 8. So 1, 8,
Okay.
1, 8, 4, and 5 are in the same group. 2, 7,
Okay.
3, and 6 are in the next.
Okay.
And then no yardages before do not matter. The 2 longest in this move on. The 2 longer in the next move on. And then those 4 will come back up. The 2, all 4 will hit. The 2
Right.
longest of that will go on to see who the finals, and then those 2 will go head to head.
Okay. Great.
So that's about the fairest way you can.
Yeah. No, I was
run
wondering how the seeding went for that
Yep.
group of 4 if they're all competing. So the 1-8 makes a lot of sense.
All right, gentlemen, we are in a 4 for 2 situation. One group, 1 set of 6 balls. The 2 longest in this set will move on to the final 4. Same thing with the next group. Previous yardages do not matter. It is the 2 longest balls in this set here. 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. Good luck, gentlemen. That grid is yours.
All right, some good sportsmanship there out of Mark. Going up, shaking everybody's hands beforehand.
Well, he just loves competing. He loves the camaraderie. That's, he really talks about all that. Just
Yeah.
wanting to be out here with people.
It's good to have him back.
Yeah.
Especially since he's the OG champ.
He's got his belt out there. The first belt ever given out by Amateur Long Drive.
That was back in 2017, and as a reminder, we always talk about Mark being our first Open World Champion. He also won the Senior World Championship that year. Yep. We just only gave away the belt.
The one belt?
Yeah, it was our very first year. We just had the one belt. But he actually won both the first year.
That's crazy.
And then defended the Senior the next year,
year.
but didn't defend the Open. But he was our first 2 Senior when we only had Senior division.
Senior just 15
before we
up.
grew it and had more
Gotcha.
ages. Yeah.
No,
So he's not a stranger to this scenario right here.
he's had a long year, and he's put in a lot of work to get back to where he is now, and just spends a lot of time hitting golf balls and hitting the gym, and really loves competing.
So we've seen all these guys. Well, I've seen them all year because I was up in Canada, obviously, too. But, box 2 there is
The greatest swing.
is the greatest. If we get a chance to zoom in on box 2 there with Serge, look what he did when he spins that club around, hangs it wide open through there, but squares it up. I mean, just almost every time brings that thing back in there.
I mean, I'm sitting behind him, and I keep waiting for a ball to come shooting at us.
Right.
The way he twists that around.
Yeah.
But he makes amazing contact. I hit against him earlier this summer, and it was just amazing.
Yeah, he came down to Woodridge Farm with us
Yep.
and hit at the new brewery. All right, all the balls are away.
All the balls are away. Make some noise for these guys trying to get to the final 4 here in the men's 55 and over amateur division.
This could be interesting. I mean, Scott.
While we're waiting on the numbers, Stewart, box 1, Akira, box 2, Shannon, box 3, Robert, box 4.
I mean, Scott's just got that height and
He does. He's
really
got
good golf swing.
Really
Yeah.
wide
Yes.
swing. He really gets his hands out there and away from his body. Generates a lot of speed just from the natural physics of it, you know, without hurting himself trying to jump on it.
Yep.
It's fun to watch his swing compared to Mark's, which is all power.
Right.
The compression and using every muscle in his body to really get that turn and moving around to get the acceleration he needs to really pound the ball.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways to hit a golf ball, right? I mean, swing your swing kind of thing. It like I said, looking at Serge earlier there, it's just it's not something you'd ever teach.
No,
All right,
absolutely
yardages
not.
from that
But,
set.
It's
Mark Lawrence, OB. Serge Kaya, 308. Todd Baxley, 277.3. Scott Kennedy, 299.3. So Serge and Scott will move on to the final 4.
Canadians taking half the spots. Rutrow. All right, so now if we're pro-U.S., we need to knock the Canadian out here. We need at least one in there. I'd like to see.
All right, gentlemen. Again, just a reminder, this is a 4-for-2 spot. The 2 longest drives will move on. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. We'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours.
I'm really surprised to see Stewart make it in the top 8. He's had a long year as well.
Yeah, battling a ton of injuries.
A ton of injuries, and you know, you just get over one and you do something else, and just really happy for him to get this far.
Yeah.
And he's swinging great. I mean,
the swing looks really good. They all do. I mean, this whole group right here is a bunch of good swings.
yeah. Well, that's why they made the top 8. They've all got good swings. There's a lot. You can see a lot of power out there, a lot of speed. You know, and this is kind of the group where they're using a little bit of the ground power.
Yeah.
You know, just enough, you know, get that extra 4 or 5 miles an hour ball speed. But, you know, for this group, that's enough to win.
Yeah.
You know, that little bump of speed can get you over the top.
Yeah, got a couple more balls left on each box there.
That last one Stewart hit looked good. He seemed pretty happy with it.
Whew. It's got some good sounds coming out of
Yeah.
it. I feel like box 1 and 3 might move on. Just going off of sound. I don't know. I don't know. Japanese hitter good. Oh,
They have such long swings.
oh, what that?
All right, all the balls are away. Make
He
some
did
noise
not
for
look
these
happy
4.
after
Trying to
that.
move into the final 4.
That was an interesting
Reaction
to that ball there.
I don't know if he was embarrassed or
or bored with it.
yeah.
It kind of yawned at that one. I don't know. I'm definitely getting to the tired point of the day.
Well, I mean, you got a good night's sleep last night, right? I mean, you got a good, 3.5, 4 hours?
I still haven't even looked to see how much sleep I got. I'm guessing it was almost next to none.
Yeah. What time did you finally get out?
We got back to the house at 12:30.
Oh, okay.
Door code wouldn't work.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Thankfully, the church we're staying at is there was some college kids that were staying there as well.
Nice.
And evidently they had a different door code than I did. I don't know. But they had walked in, actually slung the deadbolt open, so I'm guessing somebody was coming behind them. That happened to be me after I saw them go in. But, yeah, so we got into our place and finally settled in maybe around 1-ish and tossed and turned for a while. And
Yeah.
then we were back here at 6:30.
We got into our place about 12
Yeah.
after leaving you guys, and it was pitch black. Inside
Yardages
and
from
out.
that
So
set.
we're-
Stuart Poit, 301.4. Akuri Komori, 301.9. Shannon McGinnis, 272.9. And Robert Debien, 276. So Stewart and Akiri will be moving on to the final 4.
All right, so Stewart takes another step.
Yeah. So I was almost there. I said 1 and 3
1
or
and 3,
possibly
yeah.
1 and 2, so I'll take it. Yeah, no, it's always, long day, first day, getting everything set up, and I mean the setup is beautiful. Can't thank Tom here at Party enough for, letting us use the grid. The grid looks phenomenal.
Grid's in great shape. It's, everything's rolling the way you want it to roll, and
All right.
getting good.
I need
bounces.
Serge, Scott, Stewart, and Akira to the tee box.
Haven't seen any wicked bad bounces.
No,
everything
that
is
thing
the way you expect it to be. You know.
firm and true out
Yep.
there.
Yep. The grass is in perfect cut and perfect speed, and
Yeah, no, it's been really good. We got everybody watching over there in the bleacherrental.com bleachers. Big thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us put this thing on. Columbia Sports Council, been absolutely amazing. Shark Attack Golf, Groove, the insoles, I can't wait to catch those. I believe tomorrow.
Oh, yeah.
Catalyst suits, they'll be out here tomorrow.
Well, I'm with you on that Catalyst. I think I used it for a while and got hurt and stopped using it, and I felt the difference.
Yeah.
Right away from not using it.
Yep.
And then it started back up, and it really does knock out every muscle group in 20 minutes, and then you can focus on an upper part or lower part of your body, if you need a little more.
So while the guys are getting set up, just a reminder to everybody, this is Final Four, so this is also the 2 longest balls will go on to the finals to go head-to-head to see who is our champion and win the belt.
Getting close to handing out the belt. But, yeah, no, the Catalyst suit's just been amazing. I mean, for me, 6 months ago, I was 122 to 124 swing speed.
All right, gentlemen. 2 minutes, hit your 6 balls. We'll give you a 1-minute warning and a 30-second warning. Good luck to you all. As of now, that grid is yours.
Yeah, same thing. Battled the knee injury stuff this year, all year, hanging with the brace and everything like that. Jumped back into the suit, did some recovery things through it, and a bunch of workouts through there, and hit 134 swing speed yesterday.
Oh, nice. That's great.
Definitely tremendous as far as a workout goes. You don't need to go to the gym. You slap the suit on for 20 minutes and
5 minutes of watering it like you're watering your plants at home, and jump in and go.
Amazing.
And it's definitely goofy the first or second time you try it, just because it's so different. It's so odd. But then you wake up that next day and you have that good exhaustion.
Oh, yeah.
Where,
feels like you went to the gym.
It feels like you spent the whole day at the gym, or, in your case and, my case in the past, you spent the whole day working on the farm.
Yeah.
Throwing hay bales and doing everything. Same thing. You use the whole muscles, but you do it in 20 minutes.
Yeah. So there it is. This is what these 4 guys out there are competing for.
It's just ridiculously good looking.
I show everybody at home on the shot of us, if we can switch to it. There she is, everybody.
Yeah, it's
what everybody's working for.
It is heavy.
Yeah.
I mean,
this thing is absolutely beautiful. Looking forward to handing that out to one of these 4 gentlemen here. I
missed my chance today against these guys. I'm hoping to have a better chance tomorrow, because they'd asked us online, why we wanted one, and I said that I just wanted to look really good in my coffin.
All the balls are away. Make some noise for these guys trying to see who's going to the finals.
Yeah, I mean, that's if you're gonna wear it, you might as well wear it all the way.
I'm wearing it. I would wear it the whole time.
Oh. Yeah, no, I mean, not 100%. I mean, at that point too, maybe we make that one of the prizes in the Super Fossil Division one year. We'll do it.
Well, yeah, you get a coffin and a belt.
We'll do a ULD coffin. So, yeah, I mean,
is that going to be the new what we give away when we finally get to the 75 and over?
75 and over,
we give away the ULD coffin.
We could do, a mini one, not like a real one, more like an urn.
Oh, like an urn.
Well, yeah, we could have the urn decorated like this.
Yeah, I like it. Hey, if you're not having fun in long drive, you don't belong here. is our man Marty.
316.
Yeah, it was something like that.
6. Okay.
Yeah, it's Canadian math.
Canadian math. Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of like that new math.
Yeah, I mean, if you use the whatever Canadian dollar is, it translates up.
Well,
to
is it
something?
Is it metric math?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe. It's meters.
Yeah.
All right, numbers are in. Here we go, Brian.
All right, yardages from that set. Surge, 289.7. Scott, 306.2. Moving on to the finals, Stuart Point at 316.8 and Akiri Komori at 312.5.
Look at Stewart.
Wow.
Good for him.
Stuart, Akiri, don't go anywhere.
All right, we're
That
down
would
to the
just
finals.
be an amazing turnaround for him.
Right?
To walk away with a belt after the year
Yeah.
he's had, that would just be outrageous.
All right, well, I'm going to hand this over to you by
Okay,
yourself. I'm going to head out to the grid.
Alrighty.
Get ready to hand out a belt. I'll talk to you out there.
Alrighty. All right, folks. The adults have left the room, and
It's the Michael O'Reilly Show.
that's right. That's right. So we got the great American-Japanese battle again. They're divvying up who gets which box. This will be a interesting swing off. We got two different kinds of swings here. Stewart's got the big, wide over the top, and the other competitor has a more compact swing. Guy's name? The Japanese. Akira.
All right, before we go back to the grid, Michael, since KP left you to your devices over here, yeah, Stuart and Akira, they're going for head-to-head, one round to see who wins the belt in the 55. And like you said, this would be amazing for Stuart.
This would be just outrageous for him to have made it this far.
And Akira coming from Japan and doing this.
And he
awesome.
Came literally much
awesome.
farther.
Yes, he did.
So.
All right, gentlemen. This is the finals. This is for the belt. Nope. All previous yardages are out. Longest one here wins. 2 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. Good luck. As of now, the grid is yours.
All right. Looks like the nerves have gotten to both of them.
That first swing's always tough in this situation.
Tough.
Yeah.
Always tough.
Yeah. Stewart historically is a late in the set hitter.
Looks like he got a hold of that one.
He seems to find it after 3 or 4 balls.
Yeah.
This will be interesting. They were close in the final 4. I expect it to be close again. That looked like a pretty good one there.
Crowd likes it.
Yep. Got it. Find Jeff.
Hey, we need Jeff.
Hey, get Jeff to do it.
All right, Stewart, if he's looking to win the Dancing with the Stars with that last swing.
Well, he might make it to the finals in that, too, with those moves.
Yeah, no, that was That was right out of the Fred Astaire Book of Dance. It doesn't look like anybody's happy.
All right, make some noise for Stuart and Akira here going head-to-head to see who's going to be the world champion.
This will be interesting to see because neither one looked excited about any of their hits. Okay, folks, we've got the presentation coming right up.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, your 2023 Ultimate Long Drive Men 55 and over amateur world champion with a winning drive of 305.5 from Japan, Mr. Akira Kamori.
Very exciting. He really let that one go.
Yeah, this is good stuff. That's awesome.
Truly excited about
Yeah,
it.
look at
Akira
that. Look at
Kamori,
that.
from Japan.
Yes.
In your language, in your words, what's it mean? Tell me about it.
Very happy.
Happy?
Happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last year to win. This year again win. Very happy.
Now, in Japanese.
無事に2連覇できて最高です。チャンピオンベルト最高。ありがとうございました。
Psycho.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, right here it is.
All right, everybody, one more time for the champ,
Ron
Akira
Gaddis.
Kamori. All right, we're going to take a quick break.
No,
and then
not
get
yet.
started.
Not yet. Hang on just a minute, Brian. Ron Gaddis, come here. So we made a mistake earlier today. Ron Gaddis won the 60-plus men's division amateur, and we gave him the wrong trophy. So we thought it would be appropriate to admit our mistake and let this gentleman take what he deserves home, a belt.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Awesome, man. I appreciate it, Jeff. Thanks for everything.
Appreciate you, man. Good job. Thanks. Bye.
And we've got that on videotape now, right?
Hey, Ron.
All right, for the men's 55 pro, we're going to start that at 3:30. We're going to start that at 3:30. We'll be hitting in two groups. First group, David Mobley, Jeffrey Nichols, Scott Mills.
Escape to a place where inspiration and fun are the vibe. A city where possibilities for adventure are never far away, where tradition and tomorrow pair perfectly, where hospitality is served up at every turn with an unexpected twist on the urban South. Escape to Columbia, the heart of South Carolina. See how easy it is to make your plan now.
Introducing the Myrtle Beach Golf Trail, a new way to experience golf in Myrtle Beach. With over 20 courses to choose from, there's a perfect golf vacation waiting for you. Find the trail that's best for you at myrtlebeachgolftrail.com today.
Yeah, I can't help but feel my groove. I can't help but feel. Oh, yeah, I can't help but feel my groove. I can't help but feel. Oh, yeah, I can't help but feel like time just isn't real. I only know.
Raise the bar with Flight by Yingling. Low carb, low calorie, more taste. Brewed for the generation that's always reaching for more. Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer.
Welcome to Wingding. With a variety of services to offer, we are an end-to-end one-stop shop for digital media production and distribution. Our company originated in podcasting, video production, and digital marketing space, affording us a solid background for growing your brand through media distribution. Contact us at wingding.tv so we can do what we do for you.
Yingling.
If I can get my ball callers and grid workers back to the tee, ball callers and grid workers back to the tee. All right, let's get ready to get started into the 55 Pro division. Get my ball callers in their chairs. The grid workers are out on the grid. First hitting group, slot 1, David Mobley. Slot 2, Jeffrey Nichols. Slot 3, Scott Mills. Slot 4, Lynn Ray.
Got me, Jay.
All right, as the guys are getting set up, quick reminder, the format for this is of their 3 seeding rounds, and then the 4 longest guys will go to double elimination to see who is the champion.
And he's old.
He's got a lot working against him. All right. All right, gentlemen. Again, this is the first of 3 seeding rounds to see who the longest 4 are to go to the double elimination. You got 2.5 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours. All right, we are back in competition now after a great amateur in the 55 and over competition. Now we're on to the pro side.
I was trying to get Michael O'Reilly's attention to get him to give me one of those waters, but here they are. Let's do it. The one, the only David Mobley in the 1 box.
Interesting, Mobley going with a do-rag look instead of a hat.
Yeah. Well, that's Mobley. Mobley could do that.
Well, Mobley does what Mobley does.
Look how fit and trim he is.
I know. So just a reminder to the people watching at home and all around the world that it's in the pro side is 2.5 minutes to hit the 6 balls. Amateur side is 2.
The format slightly different.
Format is slightly different. We're still doing 3 seeding rounds. After that, we will take the top 4 and then do double elimination from there to crown a champion.
It's quite a bit of hitting.
It's a world championship.
They should be ready, right?
They should be prepared to do a lot of hitting if they want to win. I mean, we were talking earlier about all the world champions here. We can add David Mobley to that list. He is a multi-time world
absolutely.
champion. Yes.
I'm about to be joined here in the booth again by the Big O, Michael O'Reilly. I didn't get to hear your commentary when you were up here before, so now I get to hear it.
Oh, wow, you missed all the fun then.
Oh, you have more fun in you. I know that about you.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah,
That's your middle name, isn't it? Fun?
Yeah, I spell it Thomas.
Thomas.
Yeah.
Works. Yeah, whatever.
All right, all the balls are away. Make a little bit of noise for these guys starting off seeding rounds of 55 and over. So let's get our next group up. Give me Akira on box 1, Jeff Nucles on box 2, and Rick Scarfia on box 3.
Apologize for being late coming in. I had to go and water the girls under the tent.
I saw that.
Yeah, they were melting away over there. So
well, thank you for taking care of them.
Yeah. And then just watching Kevin, just kind of fun watching everything cramp up and
yeah, he cramped
poor
up
boy.
big time. Yeah. Yeah, I had to pinch hit for him out there on the built presentation.
You did okay.
Yeah,
You did
for a
okay. I
rookie.
mean, you know it.
I'm not as smooth as he is.
No, definitely not. Definitely not. It. You lack the grace, really.
I appreciate that. I take that with. Yeah, that's good criticism.
KP is definitely more stoic in
He
his
is.
presentation.
He is a very stoic individual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he gets that from being around the cows all the time, because they don't talk.
You know,
back.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that would tend to have some sort of effect on how you
Well,
act,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. You know, he's out there all by himself with 40, 50 cows, and they listen to him most of the time, but not all the time, and so he's got to carry that demeanor with him.
There's no telling what he says to the cows.
Well, yeah, I've heard the stories.
I have too.
Yeah. It's even worse with the chickens.
There have been some serious chicken situations at the Porter household.
Very, very serious.
There have been a couple of massacres.
We were discussing the massacre of 2021 last night, and
we were at the World Championship in Chicago. When
Yep.
it happened.
Yardages from that first group. David Mobley.
311.8. Jeffrey Nichols, 281.9. Scott Mills, 270.4. Lynn Ray, 277.5.
And for all you people out there that might be offended by what Michael and I just said, it was a fox that killed the chicken. It wasn't Porter.
It was a very, very sad day. One of his sons is.
All right, gentlemen, the grid workers are in place. 2.5 minutes to hit your 6 balls. We'll give you a 1 minute warning and a 30-second warning. As of now, gentlemen, that grid is yours.
Well, I think the orange ball so far has had the lead as far as moving on.
So I hadn't paid any attention to that. Huh.
We haven't had anybody come through the blue balls. I think they still have trouble seeing them.
I know Mark Lawrence says he can't see them at all.
Yeah.
You know.
He doesn't see much.
He's lucky to see anything.
Yeah, he doesn't see much. Yeah, anybody by PETA that would have been offended. There was a funeral and everything.
There was a
beautiful service.
Straight up service. Yeah. We saw it. It was FaceTimed.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was a tragedy. His son raised those chickens from chicks and sold the eggs and donated money and it was a whole it was a big tragedy. Getting a couple of nice ones off right now.
Yeah, again, these guys are still battling the wind that we didn't have this morning in the earlier groups.
Yeah, it's been pretty consistent
since
it started.
Since lunchtime,
yeah.
Just off your left shoulder, right down your face, man.
It gusts a little bit from time to time, but it's been fairly just steady and consistent.
It mostly gusted this afternoon between 1:30 and 2:30 whenever I was hitting.
We had that sorted out that way. We looked at the forecast.
That's the way most of
I
it.
timed out your hitting sets so
Is that what
you
it
would
was?
be up there when